This is your daily dose of all things royal.
There were things that were said and the things that were written that I had to go to her to ask. And that was the hardest piece.
People should expect the real me in this, and probably the me that they've never gotten to know, certainly not in the past few years.
You mentioned privilege. My husband has always said, with great privilege comes great ressponsibility.
Do it, because the British tabloids will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. We don't have that there.
I do see me in you, and you see me in you, but as I look around this room, I see myself in all of you as well.
And he knelt next to my seat, and he took his hat off. And I just remember looking at him, he goes, "We appreciate everything you did for our country."
You know, 3 days before our wedding, we got married.
Because I could just authentically be myself without so much preparedness.
Then I think it's very easy to just live with truth and live with authenticity, and that's how I choose to move through the world.
I think just being able to live authentically.
I always check in with my 11-year-old self.
Yeah.
When you have one kid, it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting.
You're like, Megan, 1 tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
We landed in Canada, and one of our security guards who had been with H for so long, and these guys were so wonderful, I just collapsed in his arms crying. I was like, "I tried so hard." He goes, "I know you did. I know you did, ma'am. I know you did."
No one thought to say, oh, you're American. You're not going to know that. That's me late at night Googling, what's the I've got to learn this. I don't want to embarrass them. I need to learn these. Well, I didn't do any research about what that would mean. No. I've never looked up my husband online.
Listen, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Like, I tried so hard.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
While I'm here with my husband as a member of the royal family, I want you to know that for me, I am here with you as a mother, as a wife, as a woman of color, and as your sister.
From the moment I had more of a high profile and young women were looking towards me, both as my character on screen and in my personal life, as a role model.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Tyrannosaurus, that's the chorus. Tyrannosaurus. I was like, what am I singing? Oh my gosh, I'm singing Storybook.
And you still don't fit in.
I'm very overwhelmed. So I want to start by saying thank you very much for just how gracious you've all been in welcoming my husband and I to this country, my country.
And vibrant and open-minded as I know the teachings at Immaculate Heart are, I know you know that Black Lives Matter. Girl Up members are organizing Black Lives Matter protests around the world.
Oh, we weren't surprised when we found out when you were Nigerian. Oh, no.
My mom even said to me a couple months ago, she said, did Diana ever do an interview?
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. Like, was that okay?
Funny enough, you can't call this jam. Jam has to be equal parts fruit and equal parts sugar. So if you had 8 cups of fruit, you would have to have 8 cups of sugar.
There was no guidance as well, right? Mm-hmm. There were certain things that you couldn't do, but how to speak, how to cross your legs, how to be royal. There was none of that training.
It was really important to me. I remember where I come from.
Well, firstly, I would urge you not to read tabloids because I don't think that's healthy for anyone. Hopefully one day they come with a warning label like cigarettes do, like this is toxic for your mental health.
He says, okay, well, my grandmother's there, so you're going to meet her. Oh, great. I loved my grandmother. I used to take care of my grandmother. This is great. He goes, right, do you know how to curtsy?
Driving up and he said, you know how to curtsy, right? And I just thought it was a joke.
What?
Americans will understand this. We have medieval times, dinner and tournament. It was like that. Like I curtsied as though I was like...
I didn't romanticize any element of it, but I think as Americans especially, what do you know about the royals? It's what you read in fairy tales.
Obviously now people are very aware of my race because they made it such an issue when I went to the UK, but before that,
you know, people who are addicted to drugs are called users and people who are on social media are called users.
Very different to be a minority but not be treated as a minority right off the bat. Well, interesting. What I learned about myself is no matter what my name is or what people call me, I'm still the same person.
Oh my goodness, the work that they do at Children's Hospital LA is otherworldly. And I think from my standpoint as a mother, no one wants to have to be in a position where you need to go to a place like this. But if you have to, the best place in the world you could go would be Children's Hospital LA. And I have close friends who still have their children there going through treatments, either from high school, close mom friends now that are having their children really have that experience, but the staff is incredible.
Does this make any kind of sense?
Friends who still have their children there going through treatments, either from high school, close mom friends now that are having their children really have that experience, but the staff is incredible.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
It's like I was a hugger. I've always been a hugger. I didn't realize that is really jarring for a lot of Brits.
I didn't think that's what happens inside. And I said, but it's your grandmother. He goes, it's the queen. The idea of, I grew up in LA. You see celebrities all the time. This is not the same. No one knows that. But we called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us. So like the vows that we have framed in our room are just the two of us in our backyard with the Archbishop of Canterbury, and that was the piece that
Most people didn't treat me like a black woman. To be able to meet her through his lens, not just with his honor and respect for her as the monarch, but
it's very easy, I think, especially as an American, to go, oh, these are famous people.
All of those layers have been so important for me, so that when I met her, I had such a deep understanding.
The bulk of the bullying and abuse that I was experiencing in social media and online was when I was pregnant with Archie and with Lily and with a newborn with each of them.
But yes, so my point is we weren't allowed to tell our story because they didn't want.
We've never been allowed to tell our story.
That's true.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's like what's actually out in the world because of people creating hate. It's not just a tabloid. It's not just some story. You are making me scared.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
It could have been the day that they were going to give up. Could have been the day that they're just going, why am I doing this? It's not worth it. And if I can come in with a little sprinkle of fairy dust just by wearing a bracelet or doing something, and that changes the course of their business.
In the weeks that were happening after the murder of George Floyd, in the peaceful protests you were seeing, in the voices that were coming out, in the...
Yeah, well, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
I haven't said anything since 2016. That was well before I met my husband, too.
You know, from my standpoint, it's not new to see this undercurrent of racism and certainly unconscious bias.
You know, I was reading this piece in the Wall Street Journal, I'm sure you saw it was months and months ago, but one of the statistics that they shared was on Facebook. 64% of people who are joining extremist groups are joining it because it's recommended to them.
Let's talk about color sprinkles.
They're young. They're 3 and 5. They're amazing.
I was going to say good, but it's more than that. Things that make people feel.
And that's the piece that's so triggering, because you go, and it still wasn't good enough.
I left my career, my life. I left everything because I love him.
And also looking around and wondering, how on earth did I get here?
My favorite Christmas story is every year, because I'm from LA, we would put our Christmas lights on the palm trees outside instead of a Christmas tree.
Liar. Liar.
I just like to have a big feast with all the people you care about.
Yeah. Christmas, okay? It is like the best day of the whole.
I know. This is the best holiday.
We're all a family.
This is the modern family.
Well, I think Meghan Markle is a very sick individual.
We're all a family.
And she kicked the institution in the shins. I don't understand what's wrong with that woman.
It was such a fraud.